Hey YouTubers, Glenda here. I wanted to make the second video about forgiveness to clarify something that I said in the first video because a number of people have emailed me and brought this up. In the first video I talked about how if you find yourself placing blame on someone, and I was talking about kids who blame their parents for everything that's wrong in their life and that sort of thing, that it can be a sign of unforgiveness in your heart, and this is something that I believe the Lord showed me in the last couple of weeks. The other thing was, if you are, the example I used was someone that I knew that could recite every wrong done against them by someone. And then, they'll say, blah, 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 all this happened, and how bad it hurt them, and what all they went through. And then at the very end, they'll be like, oh, but I forgave them, I forgave them. And you could see them, visibly angry and still hurt over this. That is a sign that forgiveness has not come. A number of people emailed me or posted comments and said, I don't think it's wrong to mention a wrong that was done against me, and cited scriptural references. I agree with that. It is not wrong to be honest about a situation. I think the point that I was trying to make and what I was thinking when I said that was, for example, in my life, when I was very young, I went through a 12-year marriage that was extremely abusive in several different ways. Okay, the Lord helped me to forgive him. My point was, I think we all know people that go around using things that have happened to them, injustices that have been done against them, to get attention, to blame their problems on and not take responsibility for their own position in life, and to get attention for the things or get pity for the things that happen to them, which keeps you stuck in the past. And that was really what I was, thinking, plus the fact that, the Bible says, think on these things that are pure and lovely and of good report. Well, obviously, when people have done bad things against us, those are not things of good report. If someone asked me, oh, were you in an abusive marriage too? I would say, yeah, a long time ago. And that would be all I would say. If they asked me questions, I would answer them honestly. But what other reason would I have to bring up the fact that I had been in a 12-year abusive marriage, unless I was ministering to someone who was maybe in that situation and it was going to minister to them? Other than that, in normal day-to-day conversation, I can think of no reason why anyone else would need to know that information unless I was trying to get attention or pity. I can't think of any other reason that information would be relevant in any other situation unless it was a point of ministry. And the point that I was trying to make is, if you find yourself constantly bringing up a negative situation or wrongs that were done against you by someone, there is a reason why that is coming up in your conversation over and over, and it's most likely not a good reason. You either have unforgiveness and unresolved anger, which obviously needs to be taken to the Lord, or you're using that situation to get pity or to get attention, which obviously those are not the best ways to get attention. We want people to see the positive things about us, not see us as some poor little victim that needs to be felt sorry for or paid extra attention to because, oh, they went through this. We all are dealt a different hand in life, and we all go through injustices. That's just part of life. It's happened before, it's going to happen again. And the Bible says it is impossible that offenses will not come. If you're on the earth with other people, at some point, offense is going to come and present itself to you. And offense is actually a spirit. There's a very, very good book about it by John Bevere called The Bait of Satan. It's about the spirit of offense and how it works. And if you find yourself getting offended often and ending up with unforgiveness, then that's a very good book to read so that you can deal with that spirit. The other thing is that I learned reading another book is, if that spirit of offense is active in your life and you're getting offended with people all the time, then that spirit is attached to you, and the other thing you will find is other people will be getting offended at you all the time. So we definitely want to get rid of that, because the spirit of offense leads to anger, resentment, and bitterness, and unforgiveness. So that's another cause of unforgiveness that needs to be dealt with. But as far as mentioning negative things that have happened to us, we don't want to be dishonest. We don't want to pretend the thing never happened if someone were to inquire. about it. But other than that, unless you are ministering to someone and that is somehow going to minister to them because maybe they're in a similar situation or they're interceding for someone in a like situation, I can't imagine why else that would come up in your conversation unless you have unforgiveness and you're just rehashing it over and over and over. And I have known a number of people that did exactly that. And what it did was it kept them stuck in the unforgiveness. It kept them stuck in the anger and the resentment and the bitterness, because it's a trap set by the enemy to keep you stuck there. If he can replay that over in your mind over and over and over again and make you feel those emotions over and over, you'll never let go. You will never let go of what happened, and you will never forgive. So I just wanted to clarify that point. I didn't mean be dishonest if someone asked you about something that happened to you in a case where you've forgiven that person or whatever. But what I was actually thinking when I said that was I was talking about obsessing over it or repeating the story constantly to get attention or to get pity, because those are never good things. And the Bible clearly instructs us to think on those things that are pure and lovely and of good report. And the injustices that happen to us do not qualify as those things. So I just wanted to clarify that, share that with you guys, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. Thanks for watching.